Hello everyone, we should be live on Facebook. Thank you all so much for joining me so far. I can see that lots of you have hopped on and joined already. So please do, if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment. I have got them in front of me here on my screen, so hopefully I can read as we go along. And I've also got my phone next to me as well, so that I can read your comments on here too. So thank you all so much for joining me. Oh my word, Sharon's in Mexico. That's amazing. Hello from Mexico. Hello, Sharon. Hope that you are enjoying today's live video. So it's been a little bit of a while since we've actually done a Facebook Live. So yes, we've been having a bit of a rough time, but anyway, feeling a bit better now. So hopefully we'll get back on track with some lives and things like that. So yes, we've got some brand new 3D cut and emboss folders to bring to you all today. So lots of new goodies. I'm going to show you exactly how to use them. I'm going to talk you through it all, and they are available on the website right this minute. So as you're watching me, you can hop over to the website and shop if you want to, or you can watch me and then shop after. It's completely up to you. Or if you want to ring and place your order over the phone, you can do that as well. All of the details are on the website. Oh my word, we are so international today. Denise is watching from Trinidad. That sounds amazing. Oh my word. Okay, hello everyone. So let me have a little look at the comments and we'll say some hello. Hello to Anne. Hello to Carol. Oh, Carol is hoping that there will be more cut and emboss flower folders too. Yes, I think that is a fabulous idea. Oh, Sandra is watching from Crafty Company in Fleetwood. Hello, Sandra. Hello, everyone. Oh, my word, there are so many of you already. Hello, Aisha. Hello to Denise. Just have a little look. To June. To Wendy. Oh, my word, there are so many of you on here already. So I'm going to just give it a few more minutes just to kind of let everyone join and find where the feed is and everything like that. If you are watching today and you can't watch the full video, please do not panic. It'll go straight up on the Facebook page after the live. Then I just have to download it and pop it onto YouTube. So it'll be on YouTube later. There is a brand new video up on YouTube that I just put on this morning explaining about the cut and emboss folders as well. So it's like a very condensed version, nice and quick. So if you want to have a little look and see what they're all about, there is a fabulous video on there. So hello to, we've got Cheryl from New Jersey in the USA. Oh my word. So many of you. Hello to Lee. Hello to Stephanie. Hello to Karen. Oh, Karen switched her lunch out today so she could join the live. That is an awesome idea, Karen. I like that idea. Hello to Joan, Tracy as well. Okay, it's brilliant that so many of you are finding the live and joining us. So that is absolutely brilliant. Okay then. So everything seems to be going good so far. With all the technologies, everyone's finding it. That is great news. So today I'm going to be talking to you about our brand new 3D cut and emboss folders. Okay, so you may have seen cut and emboss folders before. We have brought you 2D cut and emboss folders, but these are actually 3D. Okay, so these are going to be amazing. They literally like sculpt the paper on your flowers and on the leaves on here, and then you've got cutting detail in there as well. So like you've got the little dots in the background, so when you put your glitter card or your mirror card behind there, it looks like little jewels. And the same with this one as well, and you've got like an aperture in the middle. So what that means is the aperture is absolutely perfect for adding a sentiment in the middle, or say you are scrapbooking. If you're scrapbooking, you could put a little photo in the middle of there. So you can be using these in lots and lots of different ways. Now, because they are 3D cut and emboss folders, there is a slightly different way in which you need to use these in your die cutting machine, okay? So what we have done is we have gone onto the website, and if you go onto the blog, there is a free PDF that you can just click and download. I've printed this one off, where it gives you the machines that we have actually tried and tested this with here at Chloe's Creative Cards and the plate combinations. So for example, I have used this with my Gemini machine, my Kit and Caboodle Pro Cut machine, my Gemini Junior machine, and my Cut and Emboss machine. The Sizzix Big Shot, that one, it does work, but the embossing isn't quite as deep. So I'm going to have a little bit more research into that, but I've given you the plate combination that I've used. but personally I don't think the results are quite as good as they are with the electric machines. Okay, so please do, before you buy, have a look on the website, check that you've got the plates for your die cutting machine to be able to use these. Okay, so should we dive on in? Should I show you the designs? Oh, I can see Alma's joined me as well. Hello to Alma. Oh my word, there are so many of you. I think we've been waiting for this live today as well. Did you see my reel on Instagram last night? I'm so proud of that. It literally took me about 2 hours to make it. But so proud. So if you don't do already, please do go and follow us on Instagram. It's Chloe's Creative Cards. And yes, have a little look at my reel, give it a like, because I was really proud of that last night when I made it. Okay then. So I'm going to dive on in. I'm going to show you what these look like on matte mirror card to start with. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around to go onto the overhead. I will have to push this back just a little bit. Oops, please don't fall off the table. There we go. Oh, thank you, Margot. Margot's watched the reel on Instagram. It's very interesting to watch. I'll just move that out the way. There we go. Right. Okay then, so we are on the overhead camera, so I can show you these designs properly now. Okay. So we've got the beautiful Blossom and Medley, which is this one here. So you can see this one has got kind of the beautiful 3D flowers in the middle. We've got little kind of pearly swirls in the background, and we've got leaves and flowers that are going to die cut and pop up on this one too. So it's really pretty. Some of you might actually be kind of recognising these because we were planning on bringing these out earlier last year. But obviously everything was a little bit delayed, so these were actually in some of the craft magazines in April last year, and Glistens did some awesome projects with them, so you might actually be a little bit familiar with these, you might be recognising them from some of the projects there, but they are absolutely fabulous. So this first one is Blossom and Medley. So I'm going to bring it in on the camera. Here we go. So you can see this on matte mirror card because, oh my word, this is when you really appreciate how beautiful these are. You can see that fabulous kind of 3D effect, and you can see how that paper has been like sculpted in that beautiful 3D way to create the depth and dimension on those flowers. So you can see we've got the 2 large flowers in the middle, we've got the 2 smaller ones in the background, then we've got these beautiful swirls that almost look like you've kind of individually stuck little pearls on there because of the way in which the embossing works with these. We've then got all of the little die cut dots in the background as well, and we've got these beautiful little flowers that are going to pop and lift up too. Really pretty design. So that one is the Blossoming Medley. Okay, really pretty. So I'm going to pop that to one side. The next one is the Floral Cascade. This is again a really pretty design. So you can see how you've got the little frame on this one here. So you've got that little gap in the middle, so that's going to die cut out. You've then got the beautiful 3D flowers, and you've got all of the little dots that are going to die cut in the background, and you've got the 3D leaves and the little petals of the flowers that are going to lift up absolutely perfectly. So this one is the Floral Cascade. I'll bring in my little piece of embossed matte mirror card as well to show you. So this is absolutely beautiful. You can see how we've got all of that detail just in the background there. Okay, and you can just see how we've got all of the Lexi, I'm sorry, no, I don't know the plate combinations for the Couture Creations Go Power and Emboss. It's not a machine that we've got, I'm afraid. So literally have a look on the website. What's on the website is what we have physically tested because they are the machines that we actually have. Okay, so you can see how you've got this beautiful 3D embossed finish on these. They are absolutely beautiful. You can see how the little petals lift and the little leaves lift as well to give you this really lovely 3-dimensional effect. So these are available on the website now. If you hop over to chloescreativecards.co.uk, click on New In, you'll be able to see that all of the new products are displayed on there. Literally all of the machines that we have tried and recommended are listed on the PDF on the website, okay? So I'm going to pop the little slide in for the PDF. There we go. So please do go onto the website, scroll down to the bottom of the page, click on blog, and it's the first post that's there. That's your free instruction sheet download, and that is on the blog. Okay, so let me pop the other camera back in. There we go. So you can just see the effect that these are going to give you. Okay, really, really pretty. I want to show you these going through the die cutting machine first, because I think that's when these are really going to come to life for you. So I've got my Gemini machine here. That's really heavy. Let me just lift that in. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to use these in your machine. So I'm going to start with a piece of our beautiful, this is our crystal white pearl card, and we'll do Blossom and Medley first. So this is what your 3D cut and emboss folder is going to look like when you lift it out of the packet. Okay, you can see how it looks pretty much like a standard cut and emboss folder really, but these are slightly thicker. Okay, so because they are thicker, you need to adjust your plates. So please don't run these through as if they are a standard cut and emboss folder. It will be too thick, so don't try it. Please just follow the instructions that we've given you, and we know that will go through your machine absolutely fine. So what we're going to do is take a piece of the crystal white pearl card. I'm going to pop that in the middle. Okay, now what is really important with these 3D cut and emboss folders is you flip them over so that the metal is facing you in effect. So this is the smooth side of the folder, but I can see the metal through it. And you feed it into your machine with the open edge first. Okay, so you don't want to feed it in with the hinges, you need to feed it in with the open edge first. So what I've actually done is I have marked my 3D cut and emboss folder. So I've just got a permanent marker pen, just put a little arrow on so I know that I need it to face up this way and feed into my machine that way. Okay, because I know when you're crafting, sometimes you can get overexcited, that's what I do, and you end up picking things up and just forcing them through. Please don't do that. You need to do it this way or you can damage your folder. So what we're going to do then is we're going to take our plate combination. So for my Gemini, I use my base plate. I then use my metal plate. Okay, pop that one on there, and then I take my plastic shim and I pop that on the top. Okay, then we're going to feed that through. So that's going to go through our die cutting machine, and we are going to grab that at the other side. Just a couple of seconds, there we go. Then when we lift that out, okay, are we ready for the reveal on this one? Okay, so when we lift that up, oh my word, look at that embossing. It is absolutely beautiful. So you can see how you've got all of that 3D emboss detail on there and how all of that cut work is cut out perfectly. All you need to do is take, I tend to work with like a little, one of these little pots underneath when I'm die cutting. Take a pokey tool and just push out all of these little holes here. So you're just going to work your way around and push these through. Okay, so if we push those out, and they are literally just going to drop out. It just takes a little bit of time to get these through. But we pop these in the background because they look like, if you put your glitter card or your mirror card behind them, they almost look like little jewels. So they are really, really pretty. So I'm going to push that through, like so. So push these little dots through. Okay, I think even just in white on white, these are going to look gorgeous. Then I'm going to flip that round and I'm going to push the little leaves and the flowers through. Like so. So you can see how that's going to go through absolutely perfectly. So then when we flip that round, this is the effect that you are going to get from these folders. Okay, they are absolutely gorgeous. So pretty, but so easy to do as well. Really easy to be able to create all of your different projects with these. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side. And shall we show you some finished samples? Because that shows you how easy they are to use. So basically what you need to remember is you need to keep the metal up facing towards you and feed them into your machine open end first. Okay? Again, put a little arrow on there, mark your folder. That's exactly what I've done, and that's going to give you the best possible finish with these. And if you feed them in a different way, you do risk damaging your folder, okay? So please don't do that. Please make sure that you are feeding it incorrectly every time. Okay, so I'm going to move these to one side. I have actually got my Pro Cut machine next to me as well, so we can plug that in later and maybe use that for a different demo, just to show you them on a different machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in a little picture of some finished samples. There we go. And I'm going to go and grab some of the finished cards from behind me, and we will have a little look at them. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to knock the sound off, then I'll... Right, okay then. So I've zoomed in on my little craft mat here, so you'll be able to see these cards in lots and lots of detail because they are just absolutely gorgeous. So this one here, I actually filmed as a YouTube video yesterday. So I've scheduled this video to go up on our YouTube channel on Sunday. If you haven't done so already, please do hop over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will find lots and lots of inspiration on there. We've got loads and loads of different ideas. So you can see how beautiful this looks. All of the Cut and Emboss folders are 6x6 inside, so both the 6x6 in size, sorry. So both the Floral Cascade and the Blossoming Medley, okay? These are absolutely beautiful. So this is a card that I've done. So I've used my 6x6 folder in the middle. Again, there's a tutorial coming for this one on Sunday, so please do have a little look on the YouTube channel. But I've actually matte and layered it up to a slightly larger 8x8 card. So you can see how beautiful that looks. So you can add all of your glitters onto here. You can really build up the dimension by cutting elements out and layering them together as well. So this one's with the Blossoming Medley. Next one I'm going to bring in, these are all Blossoming Medley to start with, then I'm going to show you Floral Cascade. This was just to show you how absolutely beautiful these look on mirror card and matte mirror card. Okay, so we've got the backgrounds being done in the Amethyst matte mirror card, and then I've layered up the flowers using our Amethyst mirror card. So you can see how fab that then looks, and it just gives you that extra dimension on your project. And I've used lots of our Lumiere Sparklicious glitter in the background as well. And if you stick with me, we've got 7 brand new Sparklicious glitters on the website as well. So please do have a little look on the website and you will see there are 7 brand new colours, and I will show you those in a moment. So this is the Blossoming Medley. Again, another one showing you how you can use your mirror card with these, but also how you can ink them up. And by inking, it really gives you all of that detail and dimension on the flowers as well. Really, really pretty. Of course, for all that these are 6x6 in size, your folders, you can still run them through your machine and then die cut them into a different size if you want to. So I think this is Ruth. It is. I just had to double check there. So what Ruth's done on this one is she's run the Cut and Emboss folder through our die cutting machine, and then she's placed the circle die over the top and cut it out, and then matte and layered it up just to give it a different shape from a square. Next up, this one's really pretty. This is one of Barbara's, and you can see how Barbara's used different colours on this one, and she's used a little bit of gilding wax as well. And the gilding wax works so well on these projects. So she's just layered this up, added a little bit of gilding wax, added some pearls in the middle. Really pretty, but you can see how this has all come together really nicely. Next up, we have this one here. This is from Ruth again. So Ruth's used all the different purples on this one, and she's actually used like a little bit of, this is quite a heavyweight vellum that she's used on here, but you can of course use your vellum with these folders too. She's then snipped out some of the elements and added those in mirror card in the background and layered up these beautiful flowers on the front. Next up, we've got another one. This, I think, is Barbara's. Yeah, so Barbara's gone for all of the lovely yellows and blues on this one. Really pretty, but by using your inks over the top, it really highlights your 3D embossing, and you can see how that really pops out. Okay, really pretty, and using the little swirls in the background, tracing them with your glue, and then covering with your sparklicious glitters as well. You can see how perfectly that works. Next up, this is one of Ruth's, and Ruth's actually used a piece of foil paper in the background on this one, so you can see how well that then works. And then she's cut out the flowers and layered them up on the front. This is one of mine. You can see how long, before I bring this one in, little confession, you can see how long ago I made this card because some of the glue has yellowed slightly on the bow. So I'll bring it in and show you, but please just ignore the glue. So you can see how pretty this one looks. So what I've done with this one is I actually did it all just in white card, and I thought white and silver, that is going to look absolutely beautiful. So just embossing that 3D cut and emboss folder, cutting out some of the elements and layering them up, and then just covering it with the glass slipper and diamante sparkle glitter. It just works so well. But again, it's so easy to do. Next up, we have got a little shaped card here. Now this really shows, if I hold this up, there we go. If I hold this up, you can see how by inking over the top, it really highlights that 3D embossing. So again, these folders are both 6x6 in size, but you can see how I've matte and layered this up onto a slightly larger card. So I've traced the little swirls in the background with a little bit of green. I've added my inks over the top where we've got that beautiful 3-dimensional embossing, and I've just added some jewels and some glitter onto there as well. But you can see how absolutely gorgeous that looks. And by these little flowers like lifting up and popping out of the page, it just gives that extra dimension. Okay, so this one is done with the Blossoming Medley again. So I'm going to pop some more finished samples in, and then I will show you the other one with the Floral Cascade. All of the details for these are on the website now, so if you want to know prices, dimensions, anything like that, please hop over to chloescreativecards.co.uk. If you have a little look on there, you'll be able to see all of the details. Okay, so I'm going to pop some more finished samples in for you to have a little look at. There we go, all right, little selection there. And then I will get set up for the next part, because I've got some demos to show you too. Oh no, I've zoomed in on the camera and now it won't zoom out. There we go, I think that's about right. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do is just pop these cards back, and I will be back with you in a moment. I'm going to knock the mic off, so don't panic if the There we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next lot of finished samples now. So these are using the Floral Cascade, and these are just equally as beautiful. It's a shame I couldn't have zoomed. I should have zoomed in on this one, shouldn't I, so you can see the detail. Give me 2 minutes, I'll see if I can do that. Just see if it zooms in or not. Oh, it's not going to. I don't know what I've done now. But anyway, I'll just hold them up and then you'll be able to see. So this is the beautiful Floral Cascade 3D Cut and Emboss folder. So you can see how we've got this detail in the middle. So you've got your aperture that cuts out. We've then got the beautiful flowers that are embossed, and then we've just cut them out with some scissors in the background, and we've got the beautiful foliage as well. Really, really pretty. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use them in a moment as well, so I can see a few of you are asking questions about how to make the cards and things. Don't worry, I've got 2 demos prepped. I've got one with Blossom and Medley and one with Floral Cascade, so I'll show you how to use both of them. Next up, this is another one. I think this is one of Barbara's. Yes, it is. So again, she's gone for the really nice bright colours. So she's used some of the sugared matte mirror and mirror card here and just layered it up, adding your sentiment in the middle as well. But you can see how this creates a really nice kind of frame around your sentiment too. Next up, we have got this one here. This is one, I actually filmed this yesterday for YouTube again too. So this one is going up, I think this one might be going up Saturday. I think this project goes on YouTube. So if you have a little look on the YouTube channel, click subscribe and you will never miss a video. You're going to be able to, I'm going to show you how to create this card as well. Next up, this is another one of Barbara's, and you can see how she's used slightly different colours here. She's gone for the peaches and the greens. Really, really pretty. Layering up those flowers, adding a sentiment in the middle. Back to one side. This one is a one, I think this might be Becca's. Yeah, I thought it was. This is one of Becca's, and Becca has used some vellum to layer up the flowers in the corner. Really, really pretty. Adding a jewel in the middle, adding some ribbon and one of our lovely sentiments too. But you can see how delicate and pretty that looks. But what you can do is you can be inking your vellum, you can be inking over the top of the flowers just to add that little bit of a highlight to them. Next up, we've got this one here, which is another one from Ruth. This is really, really pretty. So Ruth's layered this up and she's actually pushed the aperture back into the middle, if that makes sense, and just inked around the edge just to give a different look. Then she's layered up the little flowers on the corner, and she has actually used the Cut and Emboss folder to layer the flowers up here. So this one is the, oh my word, I always get these two mixed up. I think this is Meadow Flower. Meadow and Mystical, I always get confused for some reason. I think this is Meadow. I'm 99.9% sure it's Meadow. But yes, you can use your Cut and Emboss folders to layer these up as well if you want to. So those are the 5x7 floral ones that we brought to you last year. She's added some little pearls into the background, added some glitter as well, and matte and layered up with some pearl card. And then this one is another one of Ruth's. Really, really pretty. So she's used the sugared paper pad, the foiled one, which we all still love, and then she's used some vellum to layer up the little flowers in the corner here, and just added some glitter onto the leaves, added some glitter onto the little flowers as well. And if I really hold that up, you can really see the detail in these. Okay, really, really pretty. So those are the finished samples that I've got with the Floral Cascade. I do have a few more behind me as well, so I'll show you some of those later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how to use these Cut and Emboss folders now. So I've got 2 demos prepped. I've got one prepped with the Blossom and Medley and one prepped with the Floral Cascade. Oh my word, I keep getting the names confused now. So I'm going to pop these card samples away. I'll pop some cards in for you to have a look at first. But before I show you how to use these, I want to show you the gorgeous new Sparklicious glitters that we've got on the website, because they are in limited supply, and once they have gone, they have gone. So I'm going to show you those gorgeous new glitters first. So give me 2 minutes, I will just get prepped, and then yes, we will get cracked on with some demos. Okay then, so the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that there are seven brand new glitters on the website, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to open these up and show you which one is which. So I'm using some of these in my demo. Where's the one that I really like? I want to show you this one first. Okay, so I'm going to be using these in my demos, but these are absolutely gorgeous. So again, some of these have got the old packaging stickers on, because we've actually had them we've had the pots for a little while. So when we've got these potted up, you will see how absolutely just beautiful these are. So I'm going to show you these ones, and I think that you are going to love them. So the first one, if you've been waiting for grasshopper, which we can't actually get anymore, this would be a really nice alternative. This one's called Mint Crisp, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's like quite a vibrant green. So there we go. So this one's Mint Crisp. I'm going to be using this one in my demos because I've become a little bit obsessed with it. But look at the sparkle. I don't want to tilt it too far because these pots are so full, I don't want to spill it. So this one is Mint Crisp. And again, we've got limited quantities of all of these glitters. So once they are gone, they are gone. Joanna, I think that you are going to love this glitter next. Not that one, this one. I feel like this one is going to be just for you, Joanna. So this one is called Violet Sequin. And it is the most beautiful, rich, holographic purple. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you can see all of the different colours that you've got in here. It's so pretty. So this one is Violet Sequin. Absolutely beautiful. Next up we have, oh look at the mess I'm making already. See, these pots are just so full. I've been so careful when I tipped them as well to show you. This one is absolutely pink. Okay, again, really pretty. These are the pots that I've been using as well. So these are all sold individually, these glitters. So this one is absolutely pink, which is the most beautiful, rich, vibrant pink colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a dual tone pink. Really pretty. But you've got all of that hologram in there as well. Next up we have this one. I'm going to go for this one next. This one is Lilac Frost. Okay, so this is absolutely beautiful. So this is like a really soft lilac, like a periwinkle colour almost. It's like quite a bluey lilac, but you've got all of the different colours in there. You've got all of the hologram in there as well. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that's that one is a Lilac Frost. Again, these are all on the website now, so hop over and have a little look. Next up is, right, this one. So on the jar it says Winter Frost. I'm aware that we have a blue glitter called Winter Frost. This should have actually been White Winter Frost, but we couldn't fit the white on the label. It was just too much. So this one we haven't got many pots of, I'll be honest. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's so fine. It's almost like a dust. I put some on my finger. Oh, let me see if I can get that in front of the camera. Oh, I'm going completely the wrong way. Oh, there we go. Oh no, there we go. It's like a dust. It's so super fine. But it's got all of the different colours in there. It's like a rainbow. So dare I say, for snow on your Christmas cards, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a really lovely colour because it's so fine. It's really pretty. Next up, we have one that is called All the Glistens. And this one is also beautiful. This is like a shard type glitter. So for snow on your Christmas cards, this is going to be incredible. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you can see you've got all of the different colours in there. Really pretty. So that one is All That Glistens. Okay. Next up, we have the final one, which is called Crystal Pink. So this is like a very iridescent, in like an iridescent pink colour. So it's going to show some of the colour from underneath, but it definitely has a more kind of pink hue to it, if that makes sense. Really lovely. Now these glitters, some of them we don't have many of at all. So if you are liking these, definitely hop on the website and have a little look. They are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pop these to one side. So those are the new glitters, and I'm going to get doing some crafting, I think, now. So again, I'll pop in some finished samples. Actually, I'm going to pop in the link to the blog, because if you were going for the 3D cut and emboss folders, you need to hop over to the blog and download your free instruction sheet. So have a little look on there while I mute the mic, and I will get ready for a demo. I'll de-glitter this counter as well. Right then, okay, so to get started, we are going to be doing a really beautiful card. We're going to use Lilac Frost, and we are going to use a Mint Crisp as well for this one from the new glitters. And we're also going to be using some Crystallina, and we're going to be using the sugared foiled paper pad, the Amethyst matte mirror card, Amethyst mirror card, and also the Floral Cascade 3D cut and emboss folder, because that is the most important part. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by taking our 3D cut and emboss folder. Okay, if you just joined me from the start, these are brand new. These are on the website now, so please do hop over and have a look. They are slightly thicker than a normal cut and emboss folder, so there are different plate combinations that you need to use. But hop over to the website and go onto the blog, and you will see that there is a free instruction sheet download that you can click on and print out on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by taking a piece of crystal white pearl card. I'm going to pop this into my cut and emboss folder, and we're going to run this through our die cut machine. I've kept my Gemini out for now. For my next demo, I'm going to switch the Gemini out and put the Pro Cut in, so you can see these used on different machines. So for my Gemini, my plate combination is my base plate, my metal shim, my folder with my card in. You need that metal facing up towards you, so it's the smooth side of the plastic, but you can see the metal through it. And we're going to feed it into the die cutting machine with the open end first. So we'll pop that in and just run that through. And then we will grab that out the other side. Okay. So we're going to lift that out. And then ready for the reveal. Are we ready for it? Wow. It is absolutely beautiful. Again, I feel like on the pearl card, it really shows them off, because you get like the light all bouncing from them, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side, and I know that you all absolutely loved the 2D cut and emboss folders that we brought to you a little while ago, and they were absolutely beautiful, but this is kind of taking cut and emboss to the next level. It's really going to kind of elevate your crafting, and it's just something a little bit different as well, isn't it? So what we're going to do is, again, go in with our little pokey tool. We're going to push out all of these little holes in the background. So we're just going to work this around like so. Thank you all so much for your comments as well. I can see these on my little live feed, so please do keep leaving me your comments. I think what we'll do as well is, I'm hoping to get 2 cards made. So leave a comment. I'll leave it open till about 7 o'clock tonight. And if you leave a comment, we'll give a card away. Okay, that is on Facebook only, by the way, as well. That's just during the live, in case anyone's watching on YouTube. So if you leave a comment on the Facebook live feed, I'll pick a winner out for a card. Okay, well I'll pick 2 hopefully. So I'm going to push that through. And it's just like this. I find this really therapeutic, you know. I don't know what it is about it, but I just do. It's that I love cutting out as well. I was talking about this the other day actually. So I used to love, like, obviously before the days of die cutting, when you just stamp a load of flowers, I felt such a level of satisfaction when I'd sit and cut them all out and have them in a little box and then have like my waste paper in another box. Oh, I just loved it. Anyway, that's just me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab in a little bit of oxide ink. So the colour that I'm going to use is peeled paint. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a little bit kind of not terrified, but a little bit nervous of inking up. So what I tend to do is take a really small piece of cut and dry foam. This is a peeled paint oxide ink pad as well that I'm using. I pick up some ink, I'm going to dab it off in the lid, okay, and I'm going to go in, but I'm holding it very, very lightly. I'm just going to lightly buff over the top. So I'm going to buff over where these little leaves are here, just to add a little bit of colour to them. Like so. We don't want too much colour because we are going to go in with glitter as well. There we go. So just tiny bit of colour. It looks a bit weird at the moment, but trust me on this one, it's going to look good in the end. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little, just my heat gun, just to give this a little blast. And what that's going to do is it's just going to set the ink basically. I do this all the time. It's like a habit. Sometimes you don't even need to do it, but I just do anyway. It's not going to do any harm. So I have got one that I've already done at home that is like completely dry, okay? So I'm going to bring that one in a moment. I'm just going to grab some scrap paper. Sorry, you can hear me wheeling about on this chair. I'm sat on my little, I've got this cushion thing for my back as well. So I'm sat on that and I feel like I'm really high up compared to the table. It's like squeeze my legs under. There we go. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Dries Clear PVA glue. So this is the Art Institute one. Use this all the time. I know that we've been out of stock of this for absolutely ages, but we have got plenty back in stock now, and we've got the metal tips in stock as well. I think the stainless steel pins have gone, but I will get on to ordering some more of those. So I'm going to take my glue. This is the big bottle as well, so this is the 4 ounce one that I'm using. We do it in 2 sizes, 4 ounce and 2 ounce. And to start with, I'm going to just trace the little veins. In the leaves. And then these leaves that lift up, I'm going to push them up, like so. I should have done this first, sorry. Then I'm going to take my glue. Glue over the top, like so. Okay, and if you haven't done so already as well, have a little look on our YouTube channel, because you'll see that I've scheduled 3 or 4 videos I think to go up, and they're over the week. Oh, not that colour, that's not the one we want. This is what happens when I'm crafting and talking and picking the wrong glitter up. Definitely don't want purple leaves. Green leaves, there we go. Mint crisp. So this one's mint crisp. Gorgeous. You're going to love this. Especially like for spring. I think for this time of year, it's such a pretty colour. So I've done that on that side. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side as well. A bit of glue on the leaves. So, just going to work around, popping my glue onto there. And with these, we're just tracing the veins. go. And then you can see how pretty that then looks. So what I've then done on the one that I've already done at home, I'll bring it in to show you. There we go. Is I've taken my glue. So what I like to do, I like to try and give it a little bit of time to dry if I can. Just because it's sometimes, you can sometimes get your glitter clinging a little bit. So I've done my green and then I went in and did my lilac. So I've done the little flowers and I've done the little berries as well. Can you see that? So just covered those with the PVA and then sprinkled them with a Lilac Frost. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push these through just a little bit because they've got a bit squashed in my little demo box. Okay. There we go. Right, so we can see how pretty that then looks. So then I'm going to emboss this onto some matte mirror card. Let me just grab, because I don't think I've given myself a piece. I have given myself. Of course I've given myself a piece. Passes that for with that? No. Let me just check I've got my mats and layers right here before I commit. I have. Right, that's fine. So that's going to go on there. So we want this piece here. So we're going to run this cut and emboss folder through on the matte mirror card as well. So again, straight into my folder. So I'm putting it so that I can actually see the beautiful colour on the metal side, feeding it into the machine open side first. So again, I would totally recommend just marking your folders so you do that. Okay, then we're going to run this through. Metal side up, open side of the folder into the machine first. Open that. You can see that is beautiful as well. It is going to be normal over time for your folder to bend and warp. You're basically cutting into this side of the plastic rather than your cutting machine on your die cutting machine, and that cut's got to go somewhere. But like I've been using mine for ages and they are absolutely fine. So we're going to pull that out of the middle to start with. And then we're going to start and snip out the flowers. Now, again, I actually really enjoy cutting out. So I'm going to just use my scissors. If you wanted to do this slightly differently, what you could be doing, let me see if I've got one in my drawer down here. I've got everyone, but no, I haven't. I've got it. This is the meadow flower. So what you could be doing is using our 5x7 cut and emboss folders. So this one's the meadow flower that I've got here. So you could use the medium and the small. Run that through your machine and you could layer those up instead, but I'm just going to cut it out from the 3D cut and emboss folder. So I'm going to grab my scissors, and I always like to roughly cut out first to just find it a little bit easier. And then I'm just going to follow the line. So basically all I'm doing is just trimming round and I'm just kind of leaving a little border around the edge, so then you really still get to see the beautiful benefit of that 3D embossing. Literally just going to trim around the edge. Like so. Do exactly the same with the next one. So I like to give a little rough trim out there. You can tell I really enjoy cutting out. I go so quiet. I do love it though. Okay. Christine's asking, sorry if it has already been said, but is there a reason the open side has to go in first? Yes, there is. Because of the way that the 3D cut and emboss folder works, it needs to be fed in open side first with the metal side facing you. Otherwise you risk damaging your folder. Again, that is on the PDF download. So we're going to just work our way around and trim this out like so. Just round that petal off a little bit there. There we go. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to grab in the ones that I've done so that I can just show you how these are looking. So what I did is I've done 2 and pop my glitter on, and I've done an extra one to go on the top. I should have, yeah, I've got 4 of these. So we've done 2 of the 2 and 2 of the smaller single ones. So to glitter these up, all I've done is I've just taken, again, my art glitter, Dries Clear PVA, and we're just going to pop this onto here. Little dots of glue all over. Okay, and then we're going to take some of the Lilac Frost glitter and sprinkle it over. I'm going to tap off the excess. Okay, and that is really, really pretty. Do you know what, that colour is actually the colour of the year this year, isn't it? Is very peri, and it is like a periwinkle blue. Anyway, there we go. So you can see how pretty that then looks. So when that glue dries down, you're going to get a little bit more of the purple shining through from underneath. So you'll see a little bit more, kind of, it'll look a bit more purpley, if that makes sense. So I'm going to pop that one to one side, and we'll get layering up the ones that are dried. Okay. Honestly, I was on like a little prepping mission yesterday. I prepped all these cards. I got my YouTubes filmed. I was exhausted when I got home. So, right then. So what we're going to do is just start to build up this card. So I'll walk you through it. Okay, so we're going to start off with a piece of, this is our Amethyst mirror card. Okay, so this is one of the A4 ones. I'm going to just make sure my card's the right way up. Then we're going to take a little bit of, this is Kalal all-purpose glue that I'm using. Oops. Just a little bit of glue on the back. Right, so it always looks like I'm putting loads on. I assure you I'm not. I'm like literally scratching the surface. So then we're going to pop that onto our card. Like so. Get that stuck down nicely. Then my next layer, I'm going to use a little bit of, I'm going to use some foam pads, just to get those out. There we go. Yeah, Christine, that is right. Some of it looks debossed and some's embossed. That's the 3D effect. So that's how we've like sculpted the petals. Okay, so yeah, that is right. Some areas are slightly debossed. Right then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just matte and layer this up. So I've got a piece of Amethyst matte mirror card next that we're going to pop on the top. Absolutely love this colour. I've become a little bit obsessed with this colour over the past couple of days. Really, really pretty. We'll whip the backs off these again, these foam pads. I feel like they just, you need some in your craft box. They are honestly awesome. These are the finger lift foam pads on a roll, and they are absolutely brilliant. So we're going to stick that onto there, like so. And then next up, we're going to take a piece of our, this is the foiled paper from the sugared foiled paper pad. So I'm going to stick that onto a piece of white card. So a little bit of glue. Oh, it does help if you undo the lid. There we go. A little bit of glue just on the back. Okay, and then we're going to stick that down onto here. Like so. That's then gone down onto our card blank. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chisel tip glue pen. I'm going to take our Crystallina glitter. I'm going to do a little bit of edging just along the side. So again, I'm going to drag that glue pen towards me and cover with my glitter. Drag towards, cover with the glitter, drag towards and cover with the glitter. There we go. So then what we're going to do is we're going to just pop some foam pads onto the back of here. Okay, we don't do these foam pads in 1 mil, and I'll tell you why, because they don't travel very well on a roll, so that's why we haven't done them. So we do 2 mil and we do a 3 mil. So we're going to pop this onto the back here, and then we're going to whip the backs off these foam pads. Like so. And then we're going to pop this down onto here. Like so. So you can see that's coming together really nicely now. Then we've got a piece of Amethyst mirror card. So we're going to pop that onto there. Okay. No, Mandy, no plans for another colour Crystallina. Crystallina is quite unique because it's a neutral sparkle, so it doesn't have a hint of a colour. It's very neutral, so it's not really one that we do in a different colour, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to whip the backs off these like so. And then that's going to go just onto here. Okay, and then we're going to pop our next layer just on the top. So to do that, work out which way around we want it. So I'm going to pop that in the middle. I've got a little bow. I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to put a little sentiment banner across the middle. So I think I'll stick it that way. Okay, and then we're going to pop a couple of foam pads onto the back of here. So the only thing to be careful of with your foam pads here is you want to avoid those little dots. Okay, so then we're going to snip that in half. A couple of foam pads up here. Okay, I'm going to whip the backs off of these, and really with your foam pads it allows the light to like dance underneath the cut and emboss folders, if that makes sense. Okay, it kind of like allows the light to shine through, so you really get to see the little dots and things pop. So just lay that down onto there like so. And then what I've also done is I've taken, let me just show you on this little piece here, I'd used my cut and emboss folder for another project on some Amethyst mirror card, and I kept the little flowers that are actually the cutting element. So what I do is pull the little petals up like this. You may remember we had some stamps like this a little while ago. Not stamps, sorry, dies. And then you can just go in with your scissors and snip round like that. And then you've got the little flowers as embellishments. So what I'm going to do is pop a little blob of PVA glue in the middle, and then pull the little petals up towards me like so. Take my little pokey tool again, stick that down flat. There we go. Oh no, bit rough with the pokey tool there. There we go. Use a little, just grab a wipe just to get rid of that glue. Okay, and I'm going to stick the little flower on here. It's going to go onto there. Like so, and then this one's going to go on the top. So, and then we are going to layer these up. So I'm going to stick this one down flat to start, not flat, sorry, I'm going to pop some foam pads on the back. So, 1.5 and a little square. So I'm going to stick this onto here first, and that one goes that way. There we go, and then we're going to do exactly the same with this one. So a couple of foam pads just on the back, like so. It's going to go that way around. There we go, and then we're going to take these ones, and what I've done is I've actually like cut to the middle. You see that on the back? So I've snipped towards the centre of the flowers like we would do with our stamps, and then I'm going to give that a little shape. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So we're going to work our way around like so. And there we go, and then we're going to take a little bit of glue gel. So we have actually got Collal back in stock on the website now. So that is on there. So I'm going to stick that one down there. I'm going to stick that one down there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this rubbish here. So I'm just thinking, because I've buried away my stamps, so I might have to leave the sentiment blank. Whoever receives this card will be getting some homework, I think, to add a sentiment. So I'm going to pop my little banner just across the middle there, like so. And I'm going to add, I was going to put a bow on, but I don't think I'm going to now actually. I think it looks quite nice, kind of as it is. But I am going to add some bling on there from the bling box. So actually, I'm going to use that bling box. Why don't you use... No, we'll go for this one. I couldn't decide there between the spring bling box or the sugared bling box, but I've gone for spring bling. I've gone for. Okay, so we're going to pop a little dot of glue in the middle of each of the flowers, and then we're going to take a little bling stone, because the reason why I was debating whether to go for sugared is we do actually have some little refill packs on the way for the bling boxes. So yes, so they will be coming soon, so keep an eye on the website for those as well. We've got some awesome stuff on the way actually. Honestly, I feel like I've just been like locked in a room for ages, just designing lots and lots of stuff. So we're just about there on pretty much everything for the year now, which is very exciting and also quite daunting when everything arrives. It's like, oh my word, we have done quite a lot. So we're gonna pop these little ones just on here. Like so. And that would then be your finished card. Now obviously you need to pop sentiment in the middle. Whoever wins this, I will stamp the sentiment for you before we send it out. I'm not going to be that mean and and not send you one with the sentiment on. But you can see how pretty that one looks. So that's using the Floral Cascade 3D Cut and Emboss folder. Again, all of these are available on the website now, so hop over and have a little look. I'm going to pop in some pictures of some finished cards, and you can have a little look at those while I get ready for another demo, and I'm going to swap my die cutting machine out as well for a different one. So join me in a moment. I'm going to mute the sound, so don't panic if it goes off. Oh my word, sorry everyone, I've just realised I didn't turn the mic back on, did I? So what I was saying was, basically, I'm going to do a demo using the Blossoming Medley Cut and Emboss folder now to show you all how to use that one. And if you haven't done so already, hop over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. This video will be on there later tonight, and there's also 3 or 4 tutorials going up over the weekend using these 3D cut and emboss folders. So have a little look, and yes, that'll be brilliant. So have a subscribe, then you'll never miss a video. It was basically what I was saying while I muted the sound. So next, what was I've absolutely lost my trail of thought now. Yes, we're going to do the Blossom and Medley demo. And if you haven't done so already, if you are just joining this video now that we've got sound, don't panic. I'm going to put this video on Facebook when it's finished so you can watch it back, and it will be on the YouTube channel, okay? So yes, have a little look on there. And oh my word, what else was I going to say there? YouTube with the video, and there's more tutorials going on there as well. I think I'm just going to crack on with crafting, because I think that's just much easier, isn't it? So I'll pop the camera back onto the overhead, and yes, we will get crafting again. I was just checking you were all paying attention really there when I forgot to turn the mic back on. Right, okay, give me 2 seconds. Right, there we go. Okay then, so we should now be back on the overhead. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I knew there was something. 2 seconds, I'll put the little graphic in. There we go. So, if you haven't done so already and you are just joining this video, there is a free instruction sheet download over on the blog that tells you how to use these 3D cut and emboss folders and the different plate combinations for the machines that we have tested them on. So, yes, have a little look on there. And all of the information is on the website, chloescreativecards.co.uk. Right, there we go, back on the overhead. Right then, so we're going to get started, and we're going to use the Blossoming Medley Cut and Emboss folder. So again, to start with, I've just been using, honestly, I think plain white card with these looks absolutely beautiful, because I just think it shows off the real detail in the embossing folders. So I've got my piece of crystal white pearl card. I'm going to pop this into my cut and emboss folder, and we're going to feed this through our die cutting machine. So for this one, I'm using my Pro Cut machine, and I'm using the 5mm plate. My folder, again, metal side up, feeding in with the open end first. That is so important, because if you don't do this, you can damage your folder. Metal shim on the top through your die cutting machine. There we go. Grab that out of the other side. And then when we lift that up, you can see, again, for all we've used a different die cutting machine, that cut and emboss is still absolutely perfect. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay. So I'll pop this one down. This one is the Kit and Caboodle Pro Cut that I'm using. I think they have had it out in different colours. I've got a teal one. It's a shame it wasn't raspberry pink, then it would have matched my little setup here, but never mind. We've gone for the aqua. Right then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take my little pokey tool, and I would normally poke out the dots, but we've got one that we used a little bit earlier, so I'm going to use this one for this part of the demo. And I have got one that I've already prepped again at home. So I'm going to grab my Mint Crisp glitter. I've literally just had that glitter. There it is. Mint Crisp glitter. And we're going to use this in the background. Okay. So what we're going to do is bring in our scrap paper again. We're going to use our Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue. And we're going to take our glue. We're going to glue over the leaves first off. Like so. As well, with these cut and emboss folders, because these are something like brand new, we're obviously with a new product, we're always like, oh, is everyone going to like it? I always get really nervous, actually, like before we bring something new out. So once the stock of this has gone, we've done like one production run and that's it. So once these designs have gone, we won't be able to bring them back. We will be able to still bring 3D cut and emboss folders, but maybe it's not in these designs. So if you were loving these, I would definitely be having a little look on the website. So what I'm doing is just using my Dries Clear PVA glue, and I'm just tracing. Literally, that's all you need to do. Like, trace the little dots in the background. And I've covered over the little leaves. Do exactly the same over here. Like so. And then we're going to take our Mint Crisp glitter. Like so. Sprinkle that over, and then we're going to do exactly the same. So we're just going to work round. Like so. There we go, and you can just see how pretty that is. Okay. So let me just go and grab the one that I've already done. Just give me 2 seconds. There we go. So you can see how when that dries, it's going to look ever so slightly darker. And what I've also done is we've taken a Copic marker. Can you see on the little flowers how they're now pink? So we've taken a Copic marker pen. I mean, you can use any pen, doesn't matter. And I've just coloured in the little flowers like this. And then I've gone over with my Dries Clear PVA and just covered that with Crystallina glitter. Okay. Just have a little read. Oh, Caroline, I like that idea. So pretty. You could put a bee or a butterfly on the top. Yes, that would look fab. Actually, the Queen Bee stamp and die set, that would work really well for that, wouldn't it? Becky, Chloe, do you have any plans to return to HSN in the USA? No, there are no plans at the moment, Becky. Sorry about that one. And Gillian is loving these. That is fab. Thank you for all of your comments. Don't forget, I'm going to leave the comments open till 7 tonight, and then I'll pick 2 winners out, and I'll send my cards that I've made out to the 2 winners. I'll announce it on the page later today. And it gives everyone a chance to kind of catch up and things as well, doesn't it? So you literally just scribble your bit of colour onto the little flowers. Then you take your PVA glue. I would let my ink dry from my pen. Literally cover it, and then cover it with your Crystallina glitter. That's it, done. So then when that dries, it looks like this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to use a little bit of distress ink to ink the flowers. So what I've actually done is I've done my cut and emboss folder 3 times through my die cutting machine, and I've actually just done it on plain white card. I'll show you how to ink it on the pearl card though, because sometimes, I don't know, I'm not the most confident at doing the whole distress ink thing. So sometimes I actually quite like to do it on pearl card because I feel like you have a bit more time to kind of move things around. So I'll show you how to do that now. So I've got the one that we just embossed previously. So what I'm going to do is take my ink pad. which I always want to call pickled raspberry, and it's picked raspberry. This is the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink pad. I'm going to go in with my little piece of cut and dry foam. I'm going to tap it off in the lid like that. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to do it really lightly though, so like really nice and light. Starting in the middle, and then you can just work out. Sometimes I find having like a plain piece of cut and dry foam just helps to kind of blend it out. I know that lots of you are asking about the TV and things like that. I can see that in the comments. I'm honestly not ignoring you. It's just the comments keep moving up so fast that I am kind of missing things as I go. With regards to the TV and things, obviously things have changed a lot for us personally over the last year, and as I'm sure lots of you know, I have been struggling massively with my back. I'm still kind of undergoing treatment and things for that. So I have been told that I do have to kind of rest and take it pretty easy at the moment. So yeah, once I kind of get myself back on my feet, then we'll consider it. But until we get to that point, it's going to be a no, I'm afraid, at the moment. But I am loving doing these Facebook Lives as and when I can. Just want to get back to crafting all the time, to be honest. But anyway, never mind. So here we go. Right, bit of ink on there. So you can see how I went in quite harsh to start with. But because we're on pearl card, and because I've used a clean bit of cut and dry foam, you can really then blend it out. So then I go back in again. And I just keep going with a little bit of ink like this. And then you can just keep layering it up like this. And it just looks so pretty then. Okay, so you can keep dusting over with your ink like that. And just keep going. So I'm going to take a little bit and do it very lightly over these little flowers in the background. Then again, always going back in with that clean bit. Just find it easier this way, to be honest. Tracy, again, it's the same as the TV. At the moment, I have to kind of rest as much as I can. I can be good one day, and then the next day I kind of struggle moving and things. So it's just taking each day as it comes. But I would love to do more stamp-alongs. Honestly, I'm just as gutted as everyone else is. But it's just one of those things. It's going to be worth it in the long run. So I'll get myself back to fighting fit. Right then, so we're going to just keep adding a little bit of ink onto there, like so, and then you can see how pretty that is coming up together. Okay, it does look a little bit smudgy at the moment, but it's going to kind of, once it dries down, it does look really pretty. So you do your 4 layers like that, okay, and then you're going to leave it to dry completely. Okay, so give it a blast with your heat gun. Blasting it over is going to get it dried off, and yeah, and then you can go in with your glitters. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our PVA glue with fine tip, which I've buried somewhere. Oh my word, I was keeping so tidy. There it is. Okay, this one here. So again, literally all you then need to do is just trace the design. So you can see how we can just follow the little lines in the flower, add the little dots on, and then cover it with your Crystallina glitter. Now I haven't done it because I've allowed these ones to dry. So once they're dry, you'll see, if I hold that up, that you get the pink shining through from underneath. So it just gives you that really beautiful sparkle. So that's Crystallina that I've used on there. So what I'm then going to do is just start and layer this up onto our card blank. So again, we're going to pull those little leaves up and the little petals like so. So just add a little bit of shape to these, like this. Okay, and then we're going to add these layers onto here like so. Okay, so we're going to pop some little foam pads just onto the back of here like so. So So then we're going to be able to just mat and layer this up. Like so. I'm just going to go on the top of that. I do like to colour the layers underneath as well. You don't have to, that's maybe just me. But then what we can do is take this top layer, and again, if I hold that up, you can see that I've snipped down the middle with my scissors. So then you can just pinch the petals like this. Yes, Joanna, all of the layers have been cut out by hand for these. So I've just snipped around the edge. I can quickly show you how to do that actually if you like. And for this one, I'm going to just pop a little bit of dry clear PVA in the middle. I'm going to give it a little twist and an offset. And there we go. You're all talking about butterflies. It's like you can read my mind. We've got some an awesome little die coming that does like butterfly shaped cards. I'm excited for that one. Just sent all the cards off to be photographed for that one. Right, anyway, I digress. So we've layered that up there, and that's looking really pretty. Okay, but to show you how to cut this out, so just take your scissors, and literally all you do is just follow it, and it's so much easier if you feed the paper into your scissors, which sounds utterly ridiculous, but it just works so much easier. And what you'll find is you'll get a much smoother cut. So you can see how I'm pushing the paper to the back of the blade. I'm literally just pressing the blade down and just working through like this to snip it out. As you can tell, I do really enjoy cutting out. Gone so quiet. Right, so here we go. There we go. So that is just perfectly cut out there. Okay. So easy to do. Oh my word, yes, Joanna, butterfly easels. One word, 2 words, butterfly easels. Honestly, they're incredible. I'm so excited for them. Anyway, this isn't kind of getting this card made, is it? So you can see how quickly and easily I've just snipped that out. Dead easy to do. So then I've cut these 2 out and then cut the top one out. Okay, nice easy shapes to follow as well. Like, they're not difficult, because I know some of you don't like cutting out so much, and that's absolutely fine. So Wendy, please can tell us, why did your glue turn yellow on a previous card? I'll be completely honest, Wendy, I have no idea at all. It's a card that I probably made. To be fair, I probably made that when we got the factory samples of these products, which will have probably been early 2021, if not 2020. So it's just age, I think, to be perfectly honest. Right then, so we are going to crack on and mat and layer this card up, because I have promised to send out what I make to someone. So I'll pick 2 winners. So yes, that's it. Right, so I'm going to mat and layer this up. So I've got all my bits pre-cut down. Let me just remember how I've done all this. Oh yes, I can remember. So I'm going to do that at a jaunty angle, I think. Yes. Right then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my layers down flat first. So I've got a piece of our rose quartz mirror card, and I'm going to glue, actually no, this isn't rose quartz, sorry, I tell a lie. It is from the Jewel Colours, this one. The Jewel Colours 8x8 mirror card pad. That's where I got the pink from. As you can tell, there's no pink left in that one. So, right, I'm gonna get my glue on the back of here, like this. Oh, I've loved today. It's been so nice, like being back on Facebook Live, doing demos. I do love it. Just getting to craft, to be honest, has just been, it has been lovely. Okay, so we're gonna stick this down here, like so. The summer flower cut and emboss matches with this design, but the flowers on the on the 5x7 cut and emboss are smaller. Okay, just so everyone knows. Right then, so I'm going to take I've got a piece of crystal white card and I'm going to mat my patterned paper onto here. And the patterned paper that I'm using is from the watercolour washes pad. So I'm going to use this one here. And I'm going to use my chisel tip glue pen. And then I'm going to take my Crystallina glitter. I'm going to drag it along the edge like so. And like this. And then I'm going to stick this down onto my white card like so. So let me find. See, we get to this point of the day and I just start throwing everything everywhere. And yeah, I've lost my Collal glue again. Where on earth have I put that down? Right, I've got a big bottle of Collal glue. Oh no, there it is, I found it. There we go. Right, so a bit of Collal glue. Like so. Just on the back. And then I'm going to pop that there. I'm laughing in the comments there. Christine's on our 6th sugared mirror card pad. It is a beautiful paper pad, mind that one, I have to say. Lovely, lovely colours. Okay, so I'm going to pop my foam pads onto the back of here. More foam pads. Okay. So, I'm going to whip the back off here. We've got some beautiful new paper pads coming as well. I'm giving away all the secrets here, aren't I? I'm going to be getting told off. Yeah, we've got some beautiful new paper pads on the way too. So yeah, lots and lots of new goodies. Okay, so I'm going to pop this back onto here. There we go, and that's on there. So I've just done very, very fine borders. You could gut your mats and layers, by the way. Do as I say, don't do as I do. I would probably gut them if I was at home, but I obviously haven't for this one. Then are we doing that, and that? Yeah. Right, so I'm going to glitter these two. So I'm going to take my chisel tip glue pen again, which yet again I've lost. If I put it down up there. Chisel tip glue pen, and I'm going to drag this along the edge. So this is I'm just using Crystallina again. I do love it. It's like one of those. I became like glass slipper obsessed. You'll notice this if you go through some of my videos. You'll notice that I like become obsessed with one colour. Literally use it on everything, and then I like go back to a favourite later on. So I've come back to Crystallina. I love it. So that's Crystallina on the edge of there. And then a little bit of Crystallina on here. Okay. And then we're going to pop this on here. So. There we go. Perfect. And then can someone tell me what Chloe uses to pick the gems up? So mine is actually like, it's a nail art tool. I got it in a set years ago. So yeah, it's just a tool for nail art. So I'm going to stick those two flat. Do you have a rule when it comes to mats and layers in terms of numbers, size, etc.? Oh my word, no. I'm absolutely the wrong person to ask about mat and layer, and I'm like, the more the better. So yeah, just mat and layer till your heart's content, really. Sometimes I think by just adding a very, very thin border, it makes a big difference. It can just elevate your card, and I quite like using just a thin border of white on some of my mats and layers. I think that makes a big difference. But yes, I do like the mats and layers, definitely. Lakita's asking, do you think you'll offer the 250 Kalal all-purpose on your site? No, we definitely won't be, because it's a solvent-based glue, so there's a few kind of shipping issues around that one, I'm afraid, so we definitely will not be selling it. I'll be completely honest, I buy mine from Amazon, so have a little look on there. Okay, just a couple more. I always like to make sure I've got plenty of foam pads on though, just because then it balances your card. Okay, so it kind of makes sure that your card's stuck down and it's not going to sink anywhere, if that makes sense. So we're going to stick this layer on now. I'm going to do this at a slight angle, I think, just for something that a little bit different. It's going to go that way. Right, and see, Hillary's asking, are you able to post to Australia again? No, I'm afraid we can't, but we do have 2 stockists. If you go into the, 3 stockists actually, if you go into the Chloe's Creative Cards Facebook group, all of the details are on there as to who stocks our products in Australia, so you can just buy them from your local craft shop. Okay, so then we're going to pop this one on the top. So I've got a bright pink and then a paler pink. Matte and layer from in mirror card, so we're going to stick these 2 together, like so. Then I would be boxing this card, okay. So I'm going to stick this one on with a few foam pads. Okay, so we'll stick these down. This. Oops. It's going to go under there. So I'm just like twisting, and then I'm going to pop this one onto here. Few foam pads on the back naturally. Seeing as we are sending this out, I'll do it properly. So we'll pop a proper amount of foam pads on for you. We don't want it dropping to bits in the post, do we? There we go. It's then going to go onto there. So that will be ready for a sentiment. So I will probably leave this blank until I have my sentiment ready, and then I'm going to grab in my bling box. So I'm going to take the pink ones from this is the Spring Bling. Little blob of glue in the middle. I've got my little picker-upper tool here. Okay, so I'm going to just pop these down into place. Honestly, these bling boxes, it like becomes an essential in your craft box, I feel. Because you can use them for so many different things. They are awesome. So then, a couple of little jewels here. And obviously I've really gone to town here with my matting and layering. It's been a while since we've had a Facebook Live. I felt like got a bit excited, got a little bit carried away. But you can obviously, you don't want to do as many layers, you don't have to. So we'll stick these onto here, like this. And that right there would be your finished card. So if I hold that one up, you can see how pretty that then looks. Okay, so that's just using your distress inks on there, really highlighting it, adding your glitters and popping your mirror card underneath. Okay. So, I really hope that you have enjoyed today's little video, little sneak peek. Let me pop the camera back on. There we go. All about the brand new 3D Cut and Emboss Folders. So if you haven't done so already, hop over to the website, chloescreativecards.co.uk. Let me put my graphic in. There we go. Because there is a free instructional download sheet as to how to use these. If you haven't done so already, go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe on there, because there are some brand new videos coming up on YouTube over the next few days. They're all scheduled to go up over the weekend, and there's a little video showing you how to use the 3D cut and emboss folders as well. I popped that on this morning. And if you haven't done so already, you need to go and follow us on Instagram, because I made a reel yesterday, and honestly, I'm like super proud about it. I was like, everyone, look at this, look at my reel. So have a little follow on there too. And if you haven't done so already, please do like our Facebook page, and then you will never miss an update. So, Jennifer's asking how many layers are on that pink card. Jennifer, I don't even dare to count them, to be perfectly honest. There are a lot. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I really hope that you have enjoyed today's live videos. Hopefully I will see you soon. Yes, I'm not, can't guarantee when I'll see you, but hopefully it'll be soon. There will be some content going up on YouTube though, so please don't worry about that. Yes, I've absolutely loved today. It's been a pleasure joining you all, and I cannot wait to see what you are going to create with these fabulous 3D cut and emboss folders. So I will see you all very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.